everybody. Welcome back to the Eye Test podcast with Corbin
and Preston.
That's right. Today we are going into rankings of positions, starting with quarterback, going all the way through the defense, as usual. All right. So we're gonna start with quarterbacks. We're gonna try and get into this.
So our top threes are actually the exact same. We just looked over. We didn't really look over
anything besides QBs.
So we both agree. Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, top three.
Top three, no question.
And then we have a little bit of a discrepancy. I have Josh Allen number 4 and Deshaun Watson number 5.
I have Watson 4, Allen 5. So, I mean, the only debate that I have for Watson at 4 is I feel like, I don't know. I see more raw talent in Deshaun Watson than I do in Josh Allen.
I would agree with you, but I just think Josh Allen's having the better season. If you look at him from his rookie year and how he improved from his rookie year to his second year and then his second year to now, he's taken leaps and bounds, and I think he's still a top 3 runner in the MVP race. I think it's Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and then Josh Allen. He had a little bit of a slump, like when they played the Titans after the Titans came back from COVID, and they took a couple losses, and they're like a Hail Mary away from being undefeated in the past 6 or 7 games.
Right.
So I think...
Yeah, Watson has had no help whatsoever this year, and even last year and the years before that, the Texans O-line has been dookie, to say the least.
They have Laramie Tunsil, and that's about it.
I mean, they literally can't block, and so for him to have the stats that he does and the ability to the eye test. I mean, you watched the games of Deshaun Watson, the playoffs last year, but this year it's just had no help. Will Fuller gets suspended. He had a really good thing going. Their connection was growing great, but...
DeAndre Hopkins, obviously, with the Cardinals. I agree that he hasn't had any help, but, you know, we can't really say, well, if he had this great offensive line and if he had these wide receivers that Josh Allen had, he would do better. I think he would, just because... I mean, you watch Deshaun Watson play, you know, you've seen the commercial about the toe tickle where he got kicked in the eye and then threw an accurate touchdown pass 10 seconds later.
Yeah.
But, all in all...
Yeah, basically the same list. So
it's pretty close. We agree that they're all top 5.
Yeah. So we're going to move on to running back here. This is where I think we're going to have some discrepancies. So, obviously...
Our top 3s are still the same.
Preston,
but not
top 3s are the same, not the same order, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have...
Number 2's the same.
So, we're going to start from 5, actually. We should start from 5.
So, I have Aaron Jones at my number 5 spot.
And I put Kamara. Kamara from the backfield catching the ball is too good for me to not put him on the list.
Yeah, and his receiving role has been reduced since Taysom Hill took over. They're currently getting beaten down by the Eagles, which is not something I expected. But I think Aaron Jones is number 5. I actually have Alvin Kamara at my number 4, just because if you had, like, again, the eye test. Watching Alvin Kamara play is just so exciting. Yeah. The way he gets hit, but he doesn't get tackled.
100%.
Like, the leg goes up, one leg stays, and he's still moving forward. His balance is incredible. Like, those clips that all the networks do of him, like, working out with his balance. The bar has the rubber bands and the weights, and he's just, like, perfect balance. I think he's so fun to watch, especially, like you said, with his receiving ability out of the backfield.
He's insane. Like, the Saints have a really unique thing where they have a dual threat running back
and a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, the Kamara, and then they also have Murray, who actually takes like 10 carries a game. I think he's around right now.
That power back for them.
So for Kamara to be, he doesn't have the best stats. Like when you look at his stats, he's not top rushing yards. He's not top in like touchdowns or anything like that.
But he's there every play.
He's there every play. His stats. I mean, he's averaging probably good yards per carry, I would guess. And it's just because he's really good. So you said you had Kamara at 4. I have Austin Eckler at 4. I have a soft spot in my heart for Austin Eckler.
Okay. Undrafted free agent.
Because Austin Eckler is my favorite running back in the league.
Is he really?
He is my favorite running back. I think he's arguably right behind McCaffrey in receiving backs.
Really?
McCaffrey obviously the best receiving back, and he's not actually on our list because he's been injured all year.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Neither is Barkley. Definitely be on the list.
Yeah, they would both definitely
injured
be top
all
5.
year. But Eckler, I mean, and when you watch him run, he's actually a sneakily quick, agile, and he just seems to produce every game. So
I like Austin Eckler. I just don't think he's top 5 based off of what he's done this year. I think
he's also
he beat out Melvin Gordon for a job, which is impressive. Melvin Gordon's a good running back who could also make the top 5 if he was at his athletic peak. But I just don't see him as a top 5. I don't see Eckler that way.
I think that he's been injured probably over half the year, but he just came back. Mm-hmm. He was producing so well. I think he was a top 5 fantasy running back. That's mostly due to his receiving, of course, but mm-hmm. And then he was injured for about half the year, comes back producing the same outcome. Even though the Chargers aren't playing well, he's still playing well, so that's why I put him up there.
It was like that one game Christian McCaffrey came back before he got hurt again and put up 40 points.
Right. So we're going to move in top 3, and we both have Chubb, Cook, and Henry in the top 3.
And we actually both have Dalvin Cook at number 2.
Right.
But so number 3, I have Derrick Henry number 3. I think Derrick Henry is very, very overrated. Not bad, but I think he's very overrated. People say he's the best running back in the league. I don't think he is. Just because of how long it takes him to get going. If you look, like, besides the game against the Colts, like, his yards per carry in the first half are so different from the second half. Like, he has to wear down the defense before he starts getting hot.
And actually today is... it's Sunday.
He did destroy the Jacks.
Week 14, is
14,
it?
Yeah.
14. 11 carries, 154 yards in the first half, I think so. So, but the reason I have Henry at 1, Chubb at 3, I think Chubb is the best runner in the league. I think with the ball in his hands from the backfield, I think he is the best runner in the league. But the reason I have Henry at 1 is because of impact. If Tennessee lost Henry, they don't have a running game.
I mean, they played the Browns and they had Henry and they didn't have a running game.
True, but if the Browns lose Chubb, they have Hunt.
I don't know.
They lost Chubb. Hunt produced. They played good.
We are without Nick Chubb. We're 2-2, and with him, we're going to be 7-1.
The running back production is similar, and Henry on the field. I feel like defenders, when they look at Henry, say, I don't know how I'm going to tackle that dude. Mm-hmm. But Chubb, he's tackleable. He doesn't get tackled a lot, which is why I think he's the best runner, but Chubb doesn't put that fear in your heart like Derrick Henry does, in my opinion.
Well, so, give me a second. I have some statistics. I love going to statistics. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to find it. I took a screenshot of something.
Yeah, and I'm just talking about Dalvin Cook real quick while he's looking that up. Dalvin Cook is probably the 3rd best runner in the league. He just is explosive, touchdown machine, receiving back. He's just everything that you want, and he produces constantly. The Vikings are a mid-table team, but I mean, you can't doubt Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, he's just so good. He's stepped his game up this year, especially. Normally at UC, after running backs get paid, like Le'Veon Bell or a couple of even Melvin Gordon a little bit, they kind of deteriorate in value, and like Ezekiel Elliott's another example. But he got paid, and he decided that since he got paid, he was going to play a lot better. He had that monster game week 8, week 7, I think it was against New Orleans, maybe it wasn't, but he had an amazing game. But anyway, so I found my stats. So in attempts per game, Derrick Henry is 1st, Nick Chubb is 10th. Yards per game, Derrick Henry's 1st, Nick Chubb is 3rd. Yards per attempt, Nick Chubb is 1st, Derrick Henry's 7th. Touchdowns, Nick Chubb is 8th, Derrick Henry is 3rd. And broken tackle percentage, which is big for me, Nick Chubb is 3rd, Derrick Henry's 12th. So Nick Chubb breaks tackles more often and gets fed the ball a significant less amount. And I'm pretty sure, before week 14, because games have happened, so it's probably different by now, Derrick Henry is 1st in the league in rushing. Nick Chubb is 5th after missing 4 games. I think that is a top running back.
Oh, definitely.
Potential.
Definitely. So, I also just want to mention that I think our boy Raheem Mostert is a legit top 5 running back when healthy. He has never been healthy. Like, last year, he was healthy, and then Super Bowl came, done out. Did nothing. And then this year gets hurt. He's been off and on hurt. Hasn't had a chance. My dude produces at a crazy high yards. I think some games he has 8 carries for 92 yards. 8 carries, 92 yards. And that's a normal stat line.
I mean,
because the 49ers have so many running backs.
Well, yeah, so but what you also have to consider is that every running back has stats like that in that system.
But he's crazy.
Right.
He's crazy good.
He's crazy in the system.
He had a chance. He got his chance in the playoffs last year for the 49ers.
In the system that worked for him.
In the 49ers playoff run, he is the most impactful part of that run. They would not have been in
George
the Super
Kittle's
Bowl.
the most impactful part of the Niners right
They would not have been in the Super Bowl without Raheem Mostert. I have to say that.
Okay.
So we're going to move to wide receivers after that. Start at 5. Start at 5 again.
Start at 5. All right, I have Stephon Diggs.
I got Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams is number 5?
Number 5, yeah.
What? Devontae Adams is my number 1.
I don't think he's he's not the best wide receiver in the league.
But,
I don't care what stats say.
So the way I'm doing it, the way I rated it is how they've played this season. So Julio isn't on my top. I think.
Michael Thomas. I have Julio and Michael Thomas. They've been in and out of injury.
I think Julio is still the best wide receiver in the league.
But I mean, they.
But I just don't have him because I'm doing off of who's played the best this year.
So I have Adams at 5, Michael Thomas at 4, Julio at 3.
I can see that.
Because I used to believe that Michael Thomas was the best in the league, but he's just not anymore.
He's really good on Twitter.
Injury, but he's just not it anymore.
He could probably make a career as a street fighter.
But who do you have at 4 and 3?
Who do I have at 4? So I have DeAndre Hopkins at 4, and I have DK Metcalf at 3. I think so. I also think DK Metcalf is overrated. I understand DK Metcalf. I know. So, first of all, DeAndre Hopkins, I don't think he's the best in the league. I think he's very good, but I don't know. I just haven't seen, top number 1 receiver from him this year. DK Metcalf at number 3. I think DK Metcalf is a one-trick pony, but it just so happens that the one thing he's good at, he is really, really, really good at.
I'm going to say what I said last episode. DK Metcalf must prove himself against a top 5 cornerback.
Stephon Gilmore.
We'll get to that. He must prove himself against a top 5 cornerback for me to even think about putting him in top 5 wide receivers. He does not deserve to be there right now.
Stephon Gilmore is not a top 5 cornerback.
DeAndre Hopkins
got locked up by Stephon Gilmore.
Is the best wide receiver. He has the best hands.
I can agree with that.
And I think...
Who do you think the best route runner is?
The best route runner in the league is probably Michael Thomas. Or Devontae Adams.
Before Keenan Allen and Stephon Diggs, you put Michael Thomas.
Stephon Diggs is not that best route runner.
Stephon Diggs is great at running routes. Last year he was this year he stepped it up so much. He's gotten so much better. It was okay, so Corbin's a soccer player. I'm a football player.
Where do you have Tyreek Hill at?
Tyreek Hill, number 2.
Okay, same. Okay. At least we can agree on something. Tyreek Hill is right there.
I had Tyreek Hill on my fantasy team, and he got 2 touchdowns in the first quarter.
I mean, just his speed alone just puts him at a different level.
Yeah, so his speed makes him insane, but the fact that he's actually a good receiver
and catch the ball
with solid hands, and he's also a very good route runner, and you have to play so far back on him. It's just so incredible. He can just run slants like Michael Thomas does, which is why Michael Thomas isn't in my top 5. Now, I would like to see Michael Thomas play with a quarterback that isn't Taysom Hill and isn't Drew Brees. I would like to see him play with a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen or Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. Someone who can throw the ball 60 yards downfield. But I can't say what if to put him in the top 5.
That's not his game. His game is the slant, the in, the out, the post.
That's because those are the only balls Drew Brees can throw.
Right, but he's gonna he catches the ball. He's a good route runner.
He's not a good route. A good route runner can run more than 4 routes.
But just because he has to run 4, you just said that he has to run 4 routes.
Yeah, that's why I would like to see him play with a quarterback who could throw more than 4 routes.
You can't say that he can't run more routes because who knows?
Exactly. I can't say that he can either.
He's a good route runner.
He's an okay route runner. If you're in the NFL, you're a good route runner. But I need to see a top tier route runner. He's not there.
I mean, okay.
He's not above Keenan Allen. He's not above, what's his name? Stephon Diggs. I'm sorry. So, anyways.
All right, move on.
Brings us to the tight ends. So, I don't actually have mine written down. I just got them all up here.
Up here.
Number one.
No, five.
Five?
Start five,
okay.
yeah.
I actually don't have my 5 figured out. So, 5 for me is such a throw up.
It's a bit of a toss up. I have Johnny Smith. Just because of his production this year.
Yeah.
He's a blocker.
It's hard to do because, like, with the tight end, it's so difficult. Because for me, blocking is a big part. Like, blocking is a big part of being a tight end. That's why Evan Ingram isn't in my top 5. His blocking is just like he's just a really big receiver.
All right. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Well, Evan Ingram is at my 4 because he is the 4th best tight end in the league. He catches a lot. He's very used with Colt McCoy. I noticed that with Daniel Jones, he's not a big target, but definitely with Colt McCoy, he's been getting some catches. He's super fast, like you said, just a big wide receiver, and that's really helpful for a team that would like to run the ball, but sometimes it's just you can't, and we can run that kind of Kansas City type offense where you split Kelsey out wide and have that kind of impact on the outside. Yep. He's just too good of a receiver.
Yeah, so I could see Evan Ingram like maybe in 5th spot for me. It's just hard because with tight end there's such a talent drop off from like my 1 and 2 top tier. Then there's a huge drop off. 3 and 4 are kind of the same, and then there's just an even bigger drop off.
So you have a 4.
4?
I mean, if you have
4, I would have Darren Waller at 4.
Darren Waller at 4. What about 3?
Mark Andrews. Number 2 for me would be George Kittle. Number 1 would be Travis Kelce.
All right. Well, I put at number 1. I put Kittle, but Kelce because Kittle's been injured all year.
Yeah.
So I didn't put him on the list.
So if he was playing healthy all year, George Kittle would be my number 1.
So then,
but Travis Kelce has stepped up his blocking game, but it's just nowhere near George Kittle's.
No, Kittle's the best tight end in the league.
Yeah. But so you have Kittle, but Kelce, yeah.
Yeah. So our list is the same, but since he put Kittle on the list, he moved him around.
Yeah, I can agree with yours.
But I have Mark Andrews at 2, Waller at 3.
Yeah.
Waller's a big dude.
Dude, Darren Waller.
He's a big dude who catches a lot of balls.
Darren Waller's insane. I love his story too.
That's what she said.
Okay.
He's just crazy insane to watch.
Good. He also got clamped by the Browns.
You keep talking about these 1-game scenarios. I don't care. This dude.
I mean, if it's 1 game, it's just when they play against the Browns.
I mean, just wants to brag about the Browns. He just catches. His catch radius is insane.
Oh yeah, no, he's like what did he have last week? 13 catches for 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like that.
I mean, I remember the one thing I remember about Darren Waller is last year. I think it was against Kansas City. He made a catch where he did like a wide receiver would adjustment to the ball, and he was on the ground and he dove and caught it, and I was just like, that's a big tight end.
And he's good at blocking too.
6'5" plus tight end doing that.
I know, that's incredible. His body control is insane, and I also like him as a route runner.
Yeah.
He's not the most refined route runner, but he gets the job done.
Because he's so big, I mean, he might not be the best blocker, but he's so big that he's blocking a corner, it's over for them. So
blocking happens all up here.
True.
So all line.
Mark Andrews, bit of a... I mean, slow year compared to last year, but that's
his
Lamar's
quarterback
fault.
play has not been phenomenal.
That's Lamar's fault. So, but he's still a top tight end.
Yeah, he has to bail Lamar out of a lot of situations with some one-handed catches, some nice grabs from Mark Andrews. He's looked good.
Kelce just made the 99 club in Madden.
Congrats, Travis.
Congrats. Still not the best tight end in the league, but
he's insane. He had a big game today too.
He's crazy.
He's so good at picking apart his zone.
I'd say he's the best route runner. Best receiving tight end.
Oh yeah, by far. That's not even
probably.
close.
I would argue that he's getting into top 5 all time tight ends.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Because like I said, he's stepped up his blocking a lot. He's really good now.
I mean, is he better than Shannon Sharp?
I I don't know.
Is he getting to Tony Gonzalez levels of tight end?
I don't know. That's gonna be a future episode. Top fives at all positions
Maybe,
of all time.
maybe. Who knows? Yeah, tight end, like you said, 5's kind of a toss-up. I put John here just because he's been playing good this season.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I like Gronk's been playing okay this year. Hasn't been utilized as much in the passing game.
Right.
Yeah, couple.
So, on offense, who do you think has the best offense in the league?
Best offense in the league. I mean, I'm really torn. No, it's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs.
But I do have to say the Titans are close. They're putting up big numbers points-wise in the past few weeks, especially.
I don't.
Touchdown-wise, they just score touchdowns.
I don't know if I would have the Titans at number 2. I think they're definitely top 5. Number 2, I don't know.
Yeah, Titans are close. So I think we're gonna start this trend. We're gonna not the trend, but
We're gonna start a
a
trend.
habit of ending every episode with a bold prediction / statement. Just something bold. Preston, you want to start us off with that?
All right.
Just one,
So,
and then that's gonna be it for that.
Currently, I think the Browns have a good shot to win the AFC North, take down the Steelers. You know, we win out. Pittsburgh loses 2 games. They can easily lose against Indy and Buffalo.
Wow.
They have not looked as good. The Browns look a lot better.
So I have to say that I did look at the Giants today against the Cardinals, and before today's game, I would have said my bold prediction was going to be that the Giants and the football team would make the playoffs. But that is changing. I would probably say that I have no idea. I mean, I'm trying to think of something bold, but
I'm trying to check a football team for you just to see where they are.
yeah.
against the Niners. They're up 13-7. 12 minutes left in the third. So if they win, Giants lose, that could be Washington football team representing the NFC East.
It could be. My bold statement is going to be that the
Bold statement is that
I have no idea. This is so hard. This is so hard.
Think the Giants are gonna make the playoffs?
No,
No.
not anymore.
There you
I
go.
just have to admit. Actually, it's gonna be a toss-up. It's gonna be a toss-up between them and the football team. But my bold prediction is that Deshaun Watson's gonna get traded,
Oh,
and he's gonna win MVP next year.
Sean. Oh my God. Okay, that's a big one. I went for another. I went 4 football games in the future. You went in a.
I went big time because I believe in Deshaun Watson that much.
Alex Smith
he's
injured.
So beautiful.
Breaking news: Alex Smith was injured with a calf issue. Dwayne Haskins is replacing him in the game.
Now that's huge.
Prayers up to Alex Smith.
Oh, I feel so bad for that dude.
Alex Smith injured his calf late in the second quarter against the 49ers. Left the field with the team's medical staff to be evaluated in the locker room.
That's crazy.
Good news: he is listed as questionable to return. He has not been ruled out yet.
You all know what that means. I mean, prayers up, Alex Smith. It's good for the Giants, but you never.
Oh, come on, Corbin. Now
wanna-
is not the time.
You never want to wish an injury
Listen,
on anybody.
did I get excited when Lamar got on the COVID list? A little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I got excited.
All right, Deshaun Watson MVP next year. Browns.
What team? What team?
Browns win the AFC North.
What
I
team?
can't.
What team
predict
is
that?
You predicted that he's gonna get traded and win the MVP.
I don't know.
Who's he getting traded to?
Who would trade for Deshaun
Who
Watson?
needs a quarterback?
The Cowboys.
They have Dak.
Nope. They're not signing Dak.
They're signing Dak.
Nope.
Bold prediction: Cowboys signed Dak to a 10-year, $600 million deal.
Cowboys
Just to
signed
win.
Dak, trade to Houston for Deshaun Watson.
That
Deshaun Watson
tag and
wins
trade.
MVP. Who knows?
No,
I don't know.
Jets, Jags.
No, not the Jets. They don't have any pieces.
Deshaun Watson. Neither did the Texans.
Yeah, but I mean, Deshaun Watson's a big piece. You gotta have something.
No, they just paid him. They would take.
They're taking Trevor Lawrence.
They would pay too much in cap if the Texans traded Deshaun Watson.
I don't know. Next episode, we're gonna get into the defensive side. Of
We're gonna
these
talk
things.
about if Deshaun Watson's getting traded or not
So we're gonna talk about defense next week.
next year. See you
Next
next year.
episode. That's it.